What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to another Theorycraft video. And today we are going to be looking at Harlowe the Gravatar. This is probably going to be the third character that I will be playing because I like the idea of some of her stuff in her trees, and I really want to play around with it once we get to playing with her. And I think the first one that we are going to play is the green tree, which is the Cosmic Brilliance, or the crap, I can't remember what the name of her the flux generator build. That's what we're going to be doing on this one today. So if you guys enjoy this and you guys are enjoying the Borderlands 4 content, hit that like, subscribe, and comment down below. Tell me who you guys are going to be playing and what build are you guys going to be playing. I'm interested to see what you guys have going on as well. So let's get into our green tree Cosmic Brilliance Harlowe build and see what we can get ourselves into. So we're going to start off with our first row here. We have momentum. Whenever Harlowe entangles an enemy, she and her allies deal increased critical hit damage. That could be good, but I'm not really good at aiming, so we'll skip that for now. Action at a distance. Whenever Harlowe applies a status effect to an enemy, she gains a chance to apply that status effect to each entangled enemy. So that gives us, if we put 5 points in this, a 50% chance to apply the status effect that we're applying to every single entangled enemy that we get. Now, an explanation of this: Harlowe throws her flux generator in front of her, which projects an energy field, dealing cryo damage over time and entangles enemies. So every time I use this, this is going to entangle them. Pressing the action skill to pick up her flux generator and tossing it again. That's really fun, and it lasts for 22 seconds and has a cooldown of 55 seconds, almost a full minute. Her actual passive that she gets, or I guess character trait that she gets, is entanglement. Anytime that Harlowe uses her action skill on enemies, those enemies become entangled, and entangled enemies share a portion of gun damage and skill damage with all other entangled enemies. That could be crazy. So we're spreading damage around the battlefield as much as possible. And I think that's exactly what I'm wanting to do, is I'm wanting to use the flux generator, because of it being a massive shield, to spread as much damage as possible and getting as many enemies inside that bubble as I can. So that's what I want to do with this one. So this could be really good because you're spreading dot damage around to everybody else. So that could be fun. Harlowe deals increased melee damage, and her melee attacks have a chance to entangle enemies. So with this, I have a 30% chance to entangle an enemy if I hit them. That could be interesting. Harlowe gains maximum shield capacity, increases maximum overshield capacity. I think I remember why I want to go down this one, because I think there's a skill where I get like a crazy amount. Yes, right here. Latent charge. Harlowe deals bonus damage with guns, melee attacks, and action skill while she has overshield. The more overshield she has, the bigger the bonus. That's what I wanted to do with this build. This was also part of it. So not only am I going to make myself stronger, I'm going to make my flux generator stronger as well. So that's exactly what I was wanting. Okay, so we're 100% going to go here because we're going to get even more of our overshield. We now unlock our first two augments. We have coronal mass ejection. Enemies inside Harlowe's flux generator lose all elemental resistances. Harlowe and her allies inside her flux generator gain increased status effect chance. That's pretty crazy. We also have blue giant. Harlowe's flux generator gains increased radius. Additionally, whenever she re-triggers the flux generator, she creates a cryo hazard with where her flux generator was, and a radiation hazard wherever she places the next flux generator. Only one of these hazards can be placed at a time. So I could hold it for a few seconds, let them get cryoed, throw it back down, and then let them get radiation. That wouldn't be a bad idea. But we're going to hold off on our augment for just a second, just in case I find one that I enjoy more. So let's go ahead and move down to the second row. We have mass function. Harlowe and her allies get increased reload speed for every entangled enemy. That could be pretty crazy depending on how long the reload time is for some of these weapons. So we'll hang on to that because we're entangling multiple enemies at a time. So it'll be with 3% at full investment in this. We'll be at 15% reload speed per entangled enemy. So if we have 5 of them entangled because of my action skill, that means that we are gaining 15 times 5. That's, let's see, 30, 75% reload speed for just having 5 enemies entangled. So you want to do this around a massive mob of people. That wouldn't be too bad. Neutron decay. Whenever Harlowe irradiates an enemy, she gains increased gun damage. Okay, the synergy right here might be crazy. Or we gain cryo efficiency. I'm sorry, this one might be better. So we're gonna do this. And then for now, we're gonna grab Blue Giant. That seems like it'd be pretty fun. Ooh, okay. So this one works perfectly. Renaissance Cascade. Whenever Harlowe deals radiation damage to an enemy, which we are doing that right here, and we're doing it with Blue Giant, we also get action skill damage increased by 3%. Let's say that goes up 3% every time. So let's say 9% per second times 5. That's 45% action skill damage per second for 8 seconds. So 45%. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. We're going to keep that. Let's see. Oh my God. Whenever Harlowe shoots an entangled enemy, she and all her allies restore a portion of their action skill damage or action skill cooldown. That's crazy. That's 0.5 per shot. So that's 1.5 per shot with full investment, which means we should be really, really quickly gaining our action skill back. And all they have to do is be entangled. That's pretty nuts. That's pretty crazy. Okay, what do we have here? Creative Overflow. Harlowe deals increased gun damage based on her Overshield. The more Overshield she has, the bigger the... Shit. We're getting so much gun damage. And we're getting action skill cooldown rate. And we're getting action skill damage. And we're getting gun damage. Bro, this might be crazy for Harlowe. Harlowe might be insane. Harlowe might be insane. All right, let's take a look at these. So we got Unified Theory. Harlowe's Flux Generator gains increased action skill damage. This effect is increased based on the number of allies and enemies that are inside of her Flux Generator. So essentially with this one, I want to make sure that I'm doing this in a massive crowd. But I know there's probably going to be opportunities where that's not going to be possible because enemies are too spread out or because I'm fighting a boss, which is a one-on-one fight. Okay, we'll think about that one. Whenever Harlowe and her allies are inside the Flux Generator radius, they deal bonus cryo damage. Whenever Harlowe and her enemies leave the Flux Generator radius, they deal bonus radiation damage for a duration. Whenever Harlowe inflicts cryo or radiation status, that enemy becomes entangled. Isn't there a skill where if the more entangled I have, whenever I shoot an entangled... Oh my God, that would be the synergy right there. That one might be good too. So we could mix Blue Giant and Nuclear Winter depending on what we're doing. So as long as I'm inflicting cryo status or radiation status, that enemy becomes entangled. Which also, when I'm shooting them already, I get action skill cooldown rate per shot. Okay, that could be freaking nuts. Refraction. Harlowe and her allies gain ricochet chance against entangled enemies. And critical hits double this chance. Ricochets have reduced damage of 50%. That could be pretty fun. Another ricochet build would be pretty cool because we also have Amon in the last one that had some ricochet, so that could be cool. Or we just gain increased critical hit damage. These two would work in tandem pretty well. Whenever an enemy is damaged by Harlow's action skill, the next shot on the enemy is automatically a crit. Wow, that might actually be crazy. Action skill cooldown. Harlowe deals bonus cryo damage with her melee. While it is active, we gain bonus radiation damage. Okay. Harlowe deals increased damage with all sources to entangled. Oh, that's gonna be there, because that means we get 25% bonus damage to entangled enemies and 3% extra, or 15% extra damage for anything inside of it. Damn, that's a lot of damage. And that's being spread across all entangled enemies. That could be crazy. Harlowe deals bonus damage with guns, melees. Yep, that's it. That was the one I was looking for. And then whenever Harlowe entangles an enemy, she gains action skill damage, duration, and cooldown rate. Oh my god. This is already crazy, and we don't even have a capstone. Charge skill. Whenever Harlowe relocates her flux generator or teleports to a location under crosshair, consuming a charge and creates a shock burst that deals shock damage to it, it grants a free second wind to allies and heals allies within the flux generator. That's nuts. This would be really fun to play with the community. This specific build right here would be crazy with the community. Oh, that would be nuts. Okay, we need to focus on finding some more stuff in here. So let's see what we want to do. So whenever it re-triggers, her next shot from her gun drains her shield and deals bonus damage based on the amount of it dealt. I don't like the idea of that. I do like the idea of this dealing extra dot. Let's see here. We might dip into one of the other two. We'll see here in just a moment. The free crit here kind of seems pretty good. Oh, this might actually work. We might need to go down to distribution function, because this would give us more overshield, and the more overshield we get, the more damage that we have. Well, what is this? It looks like flux generator will throw a grenade if Harlowe or her allies are inside the flux generator and have a grenade equipped. It throws a copy of that grenade. Oh my god, that could be nuts. Ooh, we could gain life steal. Oh my god, dude, this thing could be crazy. We're gonna get critical hit damage. I think that's gonna be fun. Perpetual engine. Whenever it activates the flux generator, she gains damage reduction and increases action skill duration for each entangled enemy, and an additional. This might be the one as well. Okay, this tree is fucking nuts. This might be. Oh my god, this tree is insane, dude. Critical hits an enemy, she has the chance to entangle it, and refills. Oh my god, there's so much synergy. Okay, I really want this one. Because it gains more into the overshield. That's just gonna be crazy, crazy stuff there. I kind of want annihilation. While action skill is on cooldown, she grants herself and her allies increased reload and fire rate. Don't really want that. I really like accretion. Accretion could be really fun. Man, that's great synergy with this one. Gun handling, I'm not really worried about that. I know how to aim somewhat. I kind of want to go annihilation and then get some life steal as well. That just keeps our health and survivability up even more through the overshield. I don't know, man. I kind of want to do action at a distance as well. This could be crazy. I don't really need to worry about annihilation. Let me see if there's anything else I could possibly gain from this. Increased action skill damage wouldn't be bad. Increased radiation damage wouldn't be bad, but I don't have enough points for that. That could be pretty fun. Increased action skill cooldown rate could be crazy. Bro, after triggering or re-triggering an action skill, Harlowe gains increased gun damage. I'm not gonna lie, I might have to do parallel circuit and go 5 points into this. That, because the reason why, we get gun damage every time we reuse Cosmic Brilliance, and every time I'm throwing down Cosmic Brilliance, I'm entangling enemies, and every time I entangle an enemy and I shoot them, I get action skill cooldown. I also gain increased action skill damage every time I irradiate something using neutron decay. This might actually be a crazy ass build. I could also swap this out right here for life steal, because all of this shit right here is nuts. I deal bonus damage with guns, melee attacks, and action skill while I have overshield. This gives me more overshield. This gives me more overshield and gives me more gun damage. This gives me more overshield capacity. This gives me increased damage to all entangled enemies and all those inside as well. Bro, Harlowe might be absolutely freaking nuts. I'm not gonna lie. Harlowe might be pretty freaking crazy. So yeah, I think this is gonna be our build. We're gonna do 44 points into Cosmic Brilliance and then just dip 5 points into Parallel Circuit, and we're gonna mess around with group study because I like this idea. It spawns a Halo sidekick for each enemy instead of for each ally. I think that's supposed to say inside of her flux generator. It automatically flies to each ally and hovers near them, granting gun damage, fire rate, and reload speed, which can be triggered to me as the ally, because I think it also gives me one. Plus, if I overload this, Harlowe's Halo sidekick increases the effects, and while overloaded, the action skill duration is quicker, but it doesn't matter because I get absolutely insane action skill cooldown rate. So realistically, I think besides swapping between Blue Giant, Nuclear Winter, and Perpetual Engine, I think group study might be, I think that might be the build. I think that might be it. I think Harlowe's gonna be crazy. I originally was thinking that I was gonna do the flux burst thing right here. What did they call it? The what do they call this? The chroma accelerator. But I think Cosmic Brilliance might have it for me right now. I think this might be the build. I think this might be the build. I think this is gonna be crazy, and I'm excited to see how this is gonna play. And if you guys end up playing with this, tell me how you guys think I could tweak this and make this a little bit better, or did I actually do a good job in building this? Just let me know down in the comments below. But yeah, if you did enjoy it, also consider leaving a like and subscribing if you want some more Borderlands 4 content. And more importantly, above all else, I hope you guys have yourselves a good day, a good night, and a good week. And I will see y'all in the next video.